It happens a lot on Vancouver Island, and when it does, most of us complain. Rain. And the city of Victoria gets an average of about 26 inches a year. Now, you might not get too excited about the thought of rain, but semi-retired landscape architect Ken Nentwig very much does. Having recently arrived on Vancouver Island from back east, he's working to help Canadians soak up a national training initiative on how to capture, store, treat and reuse rainwater.
There are programs underway for potential of rainwater to be used in toilet flushing and in washing laundry. And those things are fairly imminent in the building codes and so on. And in places where it's really, really necessary, people can treat the rainwater and use it for potable uses as cooking, drinking, bathing, those types of things.
I met with Mr. Nentwig at Abkhazi Gardens in Victoria. The site's been identified by the Canadian Association of Rainwater Management, or CanArm, as a gleaming example of how rainwater can be harvested and distributed around a property. 4 million litres of water fall on this site every year. That's the equivalent of 1.5 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Now, all the water from the roof of the Abkhazi gift shop and tea room goes back out into the gardens. The ponds are topped up with rainwater too, with a pump from the lower pond sending water back up. CanArm are currently working with the City of Victoria to look at rainwater management initiatives for the future.
And those are drains down there? Yeah.
Assistant Engineer of Public Works Ed Robertson met me at one of their existing rain gardens at Fisherman's Wharf. Here, the plants help filter and slow the outfall to the inner harbour.
The city has 3 rainwater sites that they've developed over the past few years. Here at Fisherman's Wharf, Trent Street Rain Gardens and Burnside Gorge Community Centre. And we've built those over the last couple of years to show an example of how to deal with the rain that hits the ground. In those instances to clean it through natural means and to infiltrate it back into the groundwater table.
Moving forward, the city plans incentives to attract more homeowners into capturing and using rainwater.
The city will be looking at an incentive program for a credit on their annual bill for undertaking these practices, because it takes a lot of pressure off the stormwater system and also really brings in sustainable practices to clean rainwater before it gets into the system and eventually out to the oceans and streams.
Collaboration with the municipality, with the CRD, with the local communities is very, very positive.
Just like the rain garden at Fisherman's Wharf, many family homes have landscaping in place to soak and filter rainwater. But what if your property is surrounded with hard surfaces? Ken says that water draining off paved surfaces can carry pollution with it, like oil and heavy metals.
What I envision mostly is with all the water escaping off a property, it's becoming a desert underneath. And so the ground that used to absorb the water and it go down through the soil into the aquifers is just not receiving any of that. So if we can put some of that back in, it certainly helps the environment altogether. There's lots of do-it-yourself opportunities for the garden and for irrigation. When it comes to the other ones, you pretty much need to have a specialist come in and really work with you.
To have your property evaluated for potential enhancements for rainwater management, you can either contact CanArm directly or your municipality. In Victoria, I'm James Green.